everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alendris and today we are on the test server to test the two new heroes for the next month, so month of March. And we will begin first of all by the VIP hero. It's another time an intellect hero, it's Bluey Earl. Bluey Earl is a midliner intellect hero who can restore HP and damage enemies by the force of blood. It's also an undead, so it's really important because with a Death Knight legendary skill it can suit totally good. About his statistic now, we can see that he has 60,000 HP, 740 of armor, 640 of magical resistance, a low magical power if I can tell, because for intellect hero 9,900 it's not so high, usually it's around 13,000, and critical score 413, it's not bad critical score. If we are checking the training field will give HP, armor and magical resistance, so a pretty defensive statistic and a character who seems really tanky. Let's check now his skills. First skill, the ultimate one is Blood Fist. Terry damages enemies and restores his own HP based on the second skill's Blood Drain. So area damage and restoration of HP, not bad. Second skill, Blood Drain, the green one. Terry drains an enemy's blood, dealing damage and restoring his own HP, so single target damage and restoration of HP. Third skill, blue skill, Concretion. Terry frees enemies' blood to deal damage and make them unable to restore HP. It doesn't look like dealing a lot of damage, but it's area damage, and if it can cancel the restoration of HP, it can be really strong. And finally, the purple skill, Dark Wings. Terry turns into a crown of bats to damage an enemy and teleport to the designated spot. Single target damage, and he can mess the formation of the enemy, and I think he can survive in according to his defensive statistic. So, let's check now his position on the battlefield. Bluey Earl is a midliner, so we will compare. I hope he will be in front, because with this defensive statistic, it's pretty interesting. Yes, for the moment, he's in front. He's behind Rose Fencer and Ghost Knight, so nothing crazy. Oh, behind a Scorpion Queen, even if she's not so useful actually in the metagame, she's not bad. Okay. Okay. More close to the front line than something else. Huh? So excepted 3 heroes, Scorpion Queen, Rose Fencer and Ghost Knight, is in front of all of them in the mid lane. It's good because with his defensive statistic, I think he can survive without any problem in this position. Let's now check his skills in detail in Little Fight. I'm really interested to discover his skill in action, so we'll see the green one. Okay. Oh, bats are dealing some interesting damage. Oh, with the second skill, he gets 100% of his damage in lifesteal. So it's interesting point. Ultimate without critic, around 15k damage. I'm interesting, so it's mean he will do 30,000 damage when he will do ultimate. Oh, critical hit, 28,000. Oh, and the heal is cancelled, so we will kill Chaplain. Ooh, 32,000 in critical. Look like not bad, huh? I don't think that he will be able to kill Admiral. And he has also a good generation of energy and not a long animation skill. Yes. Another ultimate. When it's not critical, it's correct, but nothing crazy. But when it's critical hit, oh, 301. It's good damage, and we will see now in full fight. We will begin by the damage test. I'm really interested to see how much damage he will do against a full team, because this hero look like interesting. I will just accelerate a little bit. This fourth skill is interesting. He go in the middle of the battlefield, and he will receive a lot of hit. If he is able to survive, he will get full energy really fast, and he will be able to ultimate a lot of time. I'm really interested to see after this damage test what he will do if he is able to survive during a real fight against a normal team with a damage. Because his damage are pretty good. He has a crazy height lifesteal due to his skill, so he can survive without any problem. And damage, 400,000 damage, it's really nice. Another time, it's one team who is doing nothing. Actually, it's just a wall of HP who is able to regenerate. But I'm really curious to see it in real fight, and it's right now. Against the standard metagame team that we have actually, with Wind Priest and with Dwarf Warrior, we will see what he is able to do. And I'm curious now if he is able to survive. He jumps in the backline with Wind Priest and Tarot Prophet who are able to snipe him. We survive from the nuke of Wind Priest, but he will die. Okay. It's interesting because he gets a lot of damage on him, and it's damage who don't go on someone else. He was alive during 30 seconds, so it's not much, and I'm really curious about how much damage he deal. So we won. 170,000 in 30 seconds. It's not bad at all, and this character, I think we have to take advantage of his swap of position. Actually, this match is interesting because it's against a metagame team. My team is not the best that we can do, I'm sure of that. And we can see also that even with his crazy ultimate and second skill for restoration of HP, is possible to be killed. I'm really curious about this match. I want to see what he's able to do against another metagame team, and it's one undead, so he's in a good situation with the protection of Death Knight. So, actually, it's mirror match. Oh, he will swap his position, and this is really important because he will get a lot of damage alone instead of a lot of area damage for whole team. For the moment, he's surviving. I think he will finish by die, but he did already a good job. Yes, he's dead. And now I have the advantage, and I think I will win. Yes. And Skeleton Mage. Boom! And I'm curious about his statistic. Nearly 200,000 damage. You can see that it's really interesting, and like I was thinking, his swap of position is the best skill that he has actually, because okay, it's Link, if he can't regenerate his HP, it's stupid to go inside the middle of the enemy team and die, but he has a good ability, he's able to swap, to get a lot of damage alone and to recover his HP and deal a correct amount of damage. Let's check last situation. Last match against a team who is really strong and really aggressive. So we have in this situation Divine Knight will cancel my life regeneration, so it's not a good advantage for Bloody Earl for sure, but we will see how it's going on. Damage are pretty interesting, really. Oh, we get the bonus. And finally, it will be a good win. He go in the close range, so he can't regenerate now. But he's still dealing a good damage. Okay. So finally, 335,000 damage, even against one team who is really aggressive. So it's some possibilities that I give for you, but don't copy this team exactly. Hein? I think you can find better. For the moment, I'm just trying this hero, and I'm trying what we can do and which advantage we can take about his skills. So it's now time to speak about his strengths and weaknesses. 4 points that I'm considering as a strength for Bloody Earl. So first point, it's his damage. Output damage is really nice for this hero. Not insane, but really nice. Second point, it's his capacity to survive. I already spoke about it in the introduction, but let's check a second time. So we have one hero who has 60,000 HP without training, so it means he will be around 82,000 HP with full training, more than 1,000 of armor, 1,050 of armor, and more than 750 of magical resistance. It's nearly tank statistic, but it's a midliner intel hero who is able to regenerate his HP. Third point, his capacity to mess the enemy composition. You saw that he is able to jump in the backline, to receive a lot of damage, to increase his energy by receiving damage, and to do his ultimate a lot of time in this situation. So it's really important to take advantage of this fourth skill, sorry. I think it's one of the key of this hero. And finally, the third skill is pretty impressive, Concretion, because you have area skill who will control the regeneration of the enemy's hero. So it's really interesting, and we will now discover his weaknesses. It's really difficult to find weaknesses for Bloody Earl. I have 1 point. It's one hero due to his skill 4, who will put him in the other side of the battlefield, who need to have access to his skill 1 and 2, ultimate and second skill, to regenerate his HP. So if you can control his regeneration with Divine Knight, for example, Queen of Wraith, or with him in front, you will be able to kill him quickly. Also, if you are able to stun him, taunt him, or something else, you will be able to kill him quickly. But if he jumps and if he is free and able to use all his skill, he will be a real pain in the ass. So let's now discover my final opinion about this hero. Bloody Earl will be the VIP hero for March, like I told in the beginning of my video, and like you can see on the screen, I choose to put him as suitable in Grand Arena, Guild Tournament, War of the God and Championship. It's one hero who will easily find a place in some teams. I'm thinking especially about Undead team. I think he will be really strong in this team. I don't think that it's a game changer because he is not dealing enough damage to be in this position, but he will be really strong for sure, and it will be easy to play with this hero. So it's all for today. It's now time to conclude. Thank you everybody for watching this review. I will try to do today the second review for the sign-in hero of March. I don't know if I will have enough time. Tomorrow it will be the War of the God episode. I think it will be a really interesting episode because I'm actually top 200. So matches will be better than what it could be in the last season. If you don't want to miss nothing about my actuality, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter in accordance according of what you prefer. If you want to follow my video, you can also follow me on YouTube. And if you want to support my work, you can click in the last link in the right side of my head. Thank you guys. Bye bye.